Hello everybody, this is Sonia and I'm coming back on here now because I want to do a video on for me making my first snippet roll for June Angelpews here on YouTube. Now June, I've never done this before, so I'm gonna tape this because I want to see how I go. Okay. For other people too that haven't had a go at this before either, because there's probably people out there that hasn't done this in the past and they just want to have a go too. So I'm going to get a piece of fabric and I'm not going to worry about the length of it. Oops, I'm just going to cut this, tear this piece I've got here, and that'll be the length of the thing that I'm going to make. How's that? Because I just, you know, I've had to go at making this video on it. I tore up this piece of stuff that curled up something frightful and I couldn't use that anymore. Look at that, see, it's all curly up and I can't use it, so we won't be using that bit. Okay, so now let me see. I've got a piece of this is actually polyester cotton, which is not a bad piece of stuff. Like, you know, it's good material, good fabric. Okay, now I don't know how many parts this is going to be in, and I'm sorry if it finishes before I notice it. I don't want that to happen, but I think this will be a nice length for the thing that I'm going to do, the snippet roll. Now I'm going to have a piece of, this is going to be on the back because I want it to be a little bit solid, so I want to put this on the back, piece of cotton. This is a piece of cotton. Let me take this off here. Give that a brush down. I don't think there's anything dirty on it, but so I'm going to put this behind my snippet roll, this piece here, and I'm going to actually, I'll have to glue it down, I suppose. I don't know if she wanted, I don't think she minds if there's glue on some of it, but not all over. So I'm only going to put glue on the back of this, Jean. The rest of it I'll be stitching on there for you. I will be showing how the elements of it, and then I will show it after. I don't like to use the glue gun either, as you probably know, so I'm only going to put this along the back here because this glue is fine. It won't go all hard and brittle and come off. Like June was mentioning that it sometimes, and it does happen, you know, because I think it's to do with the fact that maybe it's not quite ready to adhere to it or something, I don't know. But I know it annoys me if I make something and it comes off, I usually try to make what I'm sending out probably 2 or 3 days or more before I send it, make sure it's still stuck together. And I don't like I said, I don't like to use the hot glue gun, so what you need to do, I suppose, is put something that's pretty sturdy on the back of this. Now I'm thinking about what I'm going to wrap it round, and I don't know yet because of postage and things. I can't have it too bulky, so June, you might be getting the thing that you can hang, and if that's okay. I mean, I know the spool's supposed to be, thank goodness that turned off for a while, I'm yelling above it. I know, you know, your spools, because it's round and everything, a spool is, you know, and I just don't know whether I can, maybe I can just fold it up nicely or something, if that's okay. Anyway, you can let me know what you think about that, or I can put it on a spool, because I can make a nice hanger for it. You can hang it up to use it, or whatever you want to do. I don't mind. What I'm going to put in there will make it bulky though, you see, and that's the thing. And if you don't mind, if I just like sent it folded, but that's still going to make it bulky, isn't it? Anyway, we'll see what happens. See what happens when I've finished it and how it turns out. I don't mind. It doesn't matter what it's cost me to send to you. I'm just you know, happy to send you something that I've done. Okay, right now. It's a bit wet because there's glue on it, and I'm having frilly bits here everywhere. Now I have a piece of another piece of lace here that I wanted to put on there, and I just want to find that. If you can just give me a second. I must have it in this bag. I did have a lot collected up to do this because I needed to, you know how you got to go through your stuff and find it first, because otherwise you've got to, and now I've still got to go through things and look for it, don't I? Where's that lace? You know, people say it's always the last thing you find. Well, that's because you stop looking when you find it, isn't it? Ah dear, I wonder if that'll fit. Looks good to me. Might be the bit I wanted. You never know. Okay, so we're going to put that on the other side, on the right side, I think. Don't you reckon? That'll look good. But now, do we glue this bit, or do we sew? I don't know yet. That'll look scrumptious. I think I made some sort of a roll like this, and it was on a spool for something else one time. I don't remember what that was now. It's a while back. But I think that that'll look pretty cool, don't you? So I'm going to cut that off there. The edge. And put that behind that there. So now I've got places that I can actually stitch the things to that I make or find to put on there for you. Okay, so I might leave a little bit to start with at the edge, because I'll need that for oh, what do you say, a hooking up hooking up thing a thing to hook it up. Now I'm going to pin that on, because after I you don't want to sit here and watch me stitch all that down, and I'm going to do that anyway. But I think she might leave that on there, don't know. She might want to use it. Don't know. You know, I've got a wad of glue there, but hopefully it'll dry. Let's put these pins on here so we can hold it in place. Now, I just want to see, I'm sorry if I'm out of the shot here, but I just want to get right over here to the end and see what length this is for you, so you know what to, if you want to make one the same to send to her. Now what it has on it is for embellishing, things. So I have got 24 inches, so that's 2 foot, so that's 24 inches long for this one. Now I'm going to put pretties on here. Now I'm going to put pretties on. I need to have my good bit with, first of all I thought I might put on one of my embroideries, okay, so that I can sit there, right? Then I'm going to put on some diamonds, but I'm going to have them onto a flower. Now this is for bits of fabric too as well, you know, like things that she can use. So what I want to do is put them, like, this is a piece of whatever. Hopefully that's all going to stay together, all them little bits of beads that I've cut off that, and we'll sit that there, because this should be stable enough to hang on to these things when I am undoing them. Okay, now I'm going to have some of my buttons. This button that I made, I'm going to put that onto there. I need to put a back on that though, so let me do that. Let me do the button for the back. I won't be able to show you every bit of this, because it's going to go for too long, I suppose. But I want to put I just hope that there's enough on here when I've finished. So I'm going to stick this on the back of it, because I've got nothing behind it yet, so I want to put that piece of felt behind it. So I'm going to cut the felt out. Actually, I think I've got 2 pieces. That's good, it's only thin, so that's good. So we need it to be in a circle if we can. Try and get me circle here. I've got perspiration going in my eye. Oh wow, that's not good, excuse me. Oh dear. It's overcast here today, but it's still hot. because the house is made out of brick, the bricks hold the heat. So even though it is a bit cooler outside today, it takes a while to cool down inside. Now I'll show you how to make this button. If I've got a couple of minutes in a minute, I'll make you one. Show you how it's done. Got to get a bit of red stuff off there. It must be a bit of felt or something. I have a video up on how to do these, but I don't expect you to go find that. Well, that's not sticking to that very good, is it? Let's go back. You've got to wait a little minute till your glue gets happy with sticking. You've got to wait a minute so you get around the outside. Right, yeah. Now I've got a truckload of glue on it now. I've gone too far. Ah dear. This is made out of rings, okay? And I'll show you how I did that. So this is probably needs to be more snippets of fabric, which I'll get more on there. I'll be putting more snippets of fabric on there, definitely, and I'll come back and I will show you. But I wanted to show you the other elements that I was going to make to put on there, because you know, like, she can use these too as bits, can't she? Oh, now that's going to dry eventually one day, so I'll leave that over there for a minute. And I have a word collection. Now we're going to put that on there too somewhere. Right, and there's a nice flower, and we'll stick him there. We won't stick it, we'll sew on it, okay? So let me show you how to make this button, okay, out of the circle. But then you can make buttons out of buttons as well. Now all you've got to do for this is get a piece of fabric, which I have a bit of here that's I've just torn off there. And a piece of fabric. This one you can see through. I don't think it actually matters that much. And you need some rings. Now if you can't find these rings to do this with, you can just put it over a button, because some people just do with that. I've got one, the biggest one here. This is actually not the biggest one. That's off a piece of jewellery. So if you want to find things like that, you look on your pieces of jewellery and you'll find rings. These here are some sort of curtain ringy thing. And I think this is that's a button under that one that I did. I'm going to sneeze, excuse me. Oh dear. Oh dear me, sorry about that. Ah dear. Now let me see, where are we up to? Okay, so I need a piece of a ring, and the other one's got to be able to fit inside it like that. So all I've got to do now is make this into a sort of a roundish shape. Okay. Now my twinchies are up there. I hope on the what's the name site, so you can see how that's been done. That's got some ribbon embroidery in that on it. And I will put other I'll try and see if I can put the link up to that. I will be putting other stuff under there as well. When I say stuff, more bits of lace, fabric, you know, bits of embellishment things, so you can put a bit of that under there as well. Keep piling that up till you know, got a lot of stuff on it. I'll just show you how to do me this ring thing. Got a whole heap of glue on this needle by the look of it. I hope this works. You need to cut a circle out a lot bigger than your ring that you're putting on. Pretty good. Put a knot in the cotton. Put a little knot in the cotton. Oh dear, I've been wondering where I could find a piece of ribbon this morning. There it is in front of me. Isn't it incredible? You just don't look in front of you. I've got some in a box there, all wrapped up, all rolled up to be there to give me an inspiration of what to do, and then I didn't even bother to look in that, but I found what I was looking for anyway. Okay. Hopefully I'll be able to get back on here soon. Just depends how I feel. Sometimes, you know, this weather gives you a bit of a hard time sometimes. Here we go, look at that. Now there's the outside ring, so you put that in there, pull that up as very much tightly as you can. So you've got a bit of filling in there. Doesn't matter, you can see the ring through this. It's nice and gold colour. It'll be fine, won't it? It will be fine. Okay. Now you want to make sure you've got no sticky out bits on here, which I have. See these pointy bits? You don't want them. Pull them down. If you want to do this with a bit of stretchy fabric, it'll work really good. Like, you know, you won't have any trouble with your... Actually, there's a gap in that part of that ring. So I'm going to put the other one in the inside of it like that, see? So I'm going to see what I'm going to cover that with. So let's put a... I've got a feeling I'm stabbing myself with something. Oh well, let's see how we go. Now I need something that's got a bit of... what could you put on that, Sonya? Something that's got a bit of sewing on it or something. That's a bit too hard for me to find now. See this, it's got a bit of embroidery on it. It doesn't really matter though, you don't have to do that. You can just find a piece of fabric to put on it that's got, let me see, maybe a bit of lace fabric might work. Might look good. I don't know about this one. This one might work. This is a bit of cottony thing. Let me have a look at this first before we get too carried away here. See what it's going to look like. Okay, leave that bit. It's got a hole in that. My goodness me. So this is a bit of floral fabric, as you can see that. And they go in the centre. We'll want it. That might look okay. Because you're going to put some nice little beads around it. I find it very hard not to put a bit of colour in things sometimes. I do. And then when I start to do it, I muck it up. Like if I get too far, I go too far sometimes. But then I can always go backwards, can't I? You can always go backwards a bit. And redo things if you can't, you know, if you're not quite sure happy with it. Now this is fairly big, like I'll just put some gathered stitches around there, and I'm going to just put that in there, and it's fairly thick, fat, so you've got a good solid amount of to give it some lift up, you know, like fullness, maybe the word I'm looking for. So you just put that down in there like that, and go around here, just pick up as you go your bits around the edge here to make sure you haven't got any this big father needle I'm using is not probably a good idea, but you need to have it sort of that bumpy bit there like heaped in, so you get a bit of structure. Okay, there you go. You keep just now that's going to go into there like that, or we could put it on the back and then you'd have a bit more padding as well. But of course I haven't sewed that really grand around there. I'm going to put that in here. I think I've got to get these peaky bits off there. I want it to be nice and smooth around the edges, because I'm going to have to get a smaller needle to put some beads on, you see. And I'm going to take that through this with the needle and cotton, and then you're going to come back up through in between them, and you're going to stitch it down so it's going to stay in place. Stitch it down, and you can do whatever sort of design or bead or buttony thing, whatever you like. You can even put this on to clothes. You don't have to have holes in this to sew it on, because you can go right through there. You can sew straight through it. Sew straight through this part here, see, because it's only fabric. So I'm just going to push this down around in here. And then I'm going to go back around again, because I want it to be right. I want it to be solid. You can actually see the gold coming through there, but you know what, it doesn't really matter. I don't think it does. If I used a thin fabric, if you use something like a t-shirt's made out of, or anything stretchy like that, you know. I did buy some little kids t-shirts because they were only $3, brand new. I mean, and I've got that there to use, and it's behind me in the bag. I didn't know why, I didn't think to do that, but anyway, I've got the colour on this anyway, so haven't I? I've got a bit there that's sticking out. We need to get him off. Extra bit. Right, now I don't have to end that off because I can re-thread that now. I'm going to thread that again. You can leave it like it is, or I'm going to thread that with a needle that will go through the beads. And I must have one on here somewhere. It's only very fine. I hope it works. I hope it goes through. So I'm going to just put some thread on this. And then you just get your bead of your choice. Come up through this part because I'm going to put the beads. Actually, I haven't come in the right place. I'm going to come up in here, in that bit there, and I'm going to put the beads around in here. Some of these tiny weeny little things. Doesn't go on. Should have got a bead needle, Sonya. Bless me soul. I must have one somewhere here, Sonya. You've got to have your bead. I have the packet. Where's the packet? A good idea if I looked in here, wouldn't it? Here's where my needles are. Beading. It's a magnetic holder and it's really good. As long as I can find it, it's good. I might have to buy some more because I need one for pins, I think. Thread this, please do. I'm distracted by the glue on my own hands. As you can see, the eye of this is extremely small. Here's a needle threader, just so happens I have one. You have to put this bit through your tiny needle. I've used this needle because I can see there's a bit bent a bit. You've got to stick that through there. I don't think that's going to even fit through there. Okay, well it did, and it fell out. Stick that through there. Come on. I used to be good at threading needles, didn't I? Right, now put that in. Now you put your cotton through that hole of the thingy, and then you go like that, and you threaded your needle. Okay, so now we're going to put on some beads. I might put that in that case though. So it just so happened to be sitting there. That was really strange. Now, a bead needle, very good thing to have. Everyone should have a bead needle. So these are going to go on the inside. I hope I've got a bit more time to show you this. If that turns off, I apologise. I thought I was going to get Santa Claus to get me a camera. You know, I forgot to ask him. That's silly. But he will get me one anyway later. I just, you know what, I'm going to have to be very careful about what I buy, because this one has got no instructions with it. It come with nothing, and I looked it up on the internet and it still doesn't help me one bit whatsoever. Why it switches itself off. Oh, what have I done? Unthreaded the needle. Let's do it again, just for fun. The glue off your hands. You got to be careful you don't unthread the needle, okay? So I'm actually really enjoying doing this, June, so I'm really pleased that you decided to have this thing, because I'm looking forward to making beads to put on here for you, maybe more buttons and some flowers. Might even have to extend it too if I get too carried away, eh? Make it longer. Just see what happens anyway. I hope it's okay to put these bits on. I know it's called a snippet roll, so I'm supposed to have, but I'll put bits of stuff on it as well, bits of fabric and things as well. I'd like to make the embellishments. I love to make embellishments. I really do. And I've got enough to do this with, but you know, it's good to show you what's going on. And I think this looks really, really pretty. Hang on, you're over far enough, yep. because you don't want them fair together. You know, you need them to go apart a bit. If you get a knot, don't panic. Nobody panic. Let me see. You just, you know, look it come out. See, a bit of trial and error there. Just happened to come undone. Oh, I miss this crafting so much because I haven't done it as much as what I would love to do. I get caught up in other things. Sometimes the TV, must admit. But then if you move around here, you're likely to be perspiring. It's not good. It feels quite comfortable in here now. Now I'm going to go to the outside here, and I'm going to put some around the outside of it and see what that looks like. Okay, just go down in under your thread, under your fabric, because these needles are really cool. If you can't get it to go very far, which doesn't seem to be happening for me, does it? Won't matter. I'll just go and put another. You know why? Because my fabric's very thin. If I go to something that's a little bit heavier, I might be able to travel underneath it further, if you can see what I'm saying. And go, put a bead on, right? When you put your beads on, make sure you've got something that really blends in nicely, the tones. So you're just going under there. I'm just taking me, and it's only going to go in a certain way, but you know what? It's all ending up even. Isn't that good? It's all ended up even. This seems to, oh, there's a piece of thread sitting out there, keeps popping up at me. But if you just keep going around here like this, you'll make another one of these. I think I might make some more of these. This is quite good fun. So you could make these there and put them on your clothes, if you want to have a button on. Or your purse, anything. Use them for lots of different things. My husband has never been really one to recycle till just lately. He couldn't understand it for a long time there, but now he's got the hang of it. He's doing really well as far as, you know, to make things out of that, because he's been wanting to do a bit of woodwork and stuff. Not really into that as much as he was working with metal. And I've been collecting up bits for him, so he's pleased with that. Because when the prices of things are so bad, or high, I mean, you know, you're best off to go and find it somewhere else if you can. This looks really good, if I do say so myself. Really, really pretty. And maybe because sometimes if you put a lot of thought into something, it doesn't go as well as if you don't. If you just put it together. Well, I knew how to make them. I just, you know, didn't want to. What I was going to actually look to put in here was a piece of embroidery, you know, like I do on the, like we've put on buttons before. Somebody else put a bit on one and showed it the other day. I don't know who that was now, I can't remember. That's not terrible, but I see a few things. Now, I have done that, and I'm hoping that you're still with me. And we're going to go down here through the back of this very carefully. If you just take small stitches till you get there, it's not going to be visible if you go around here in small stitches, and then like I did with the other one, you just put a make sure you end it off really good though, because you don't want your beads flapping about there. So you want to end him off good. Wait a minute, I think I've got that caught. That's another thing too. See, I only just realised that my thread was not as long as what it should have been. Didn't have as much as I was pulling through there before. Okay, so let me see if you're still with me. Eh? Yes, all good, all brilliant. Okay, so there you go. That is going to be my something that will go in here as an embellishment for her, you know, bits and pieces. Okay, I'll come back on here later and I'll show you more. I have to stitch a fair bit on by hand, so I'm going to go and I'm going to do that, and I'll come back on in a few days. So I hope to get some more video up on it for you, just so you can see what's going on. And I do love that. I do love that, and I do love this one too. I do like them. I think they look really, really cool. They do. Very good. Okay, so thank you everybody for watching, and we'll talk to you later, and thank you very much for all your lovely comments. I love to read your comments, I really do, and I do read them, and sometimes I don't get the chance to answer because you're doing something, you're just about to do something, and the phone will ring, somebody will want something, you want to do it. You know, everybody has life.